Hi everybody, it's Robert Salter, the Owl Man, and we're just out today on our returns. It's a lovely still day. It's the 24th of August. We first came to this box early July and the owls were still on egg, so we've come back today and hopefully we'll have some young owls in and we'll be able to ring them. So let's go up and have a look. Right, let's have a look what's inside. See one there. Looks like there's two in there. So that's good. I'll get them in bags and we'll have a look.
Let's have a look. Ah, lovely. Let's have a look. Yeah.
Right, let's see what we've got. Feel a nice weight. Yeah. Really nice. Nicely fed. Got a female here. It's not really heavily marked, but it's definitely a female, is this. Getting on for 6 weeks old with this. Put a ring on. So yeah, we've been coming to this site since, oh god, must be about 92, 93, mid-90s time. It's always been a really successful box as this. Even in poor years, they usually manage to rear some young. Yeah, look, really nicely fed there. That's always great to see, is that. So as I keep saying, it's been a really good year for voles this year, and that's what's, contributed to the barn owl breeding success here in East Yorkshire. And it's good to come out towards the end of August and still see that the vole population's really good. 70mm is that. Because we've had some years where the vole population starts off like really good, and then as the summer goes on, it tends to tail off, and then all the owls that have bred that bit later start struggling. So it's great to see that we've had a year from like start to finish where it's really good. And I know 4 pairs at this moment that are on second broods, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more pairs on second brood, so that's fantastic to know, is that. So this is 41 days old, this bird here, so it's 6 weeks. So just have a weigh of it. Should be a good weight, should this bird. Feels heavy in the hand. Yes, that's 480 grams, is that? That's a really good weight. It's a female. Yep, it's fantastic. Lovely bed this. This one just looks slightly older. Just amazing.
Hello.
But yeah, this is a female. And if you look closely, can you just see those speckles under the wing? Spots, freckles, speckles, whatever you want to call them. That is an indicator that this is a female. And if you look at the colouring on its back, quite dark colouring is that. This grey, slaty blue, mixed in with all this golden buff. Just absolutely incredible markings. But yeah, this is a female, is this. And the female has a more heart-shaped face, and it's darker in its face as well. And it has this orangey buff colour around here, so yeah. Fantastic bed is this. This one's really nicely fed as well. That's that ringed. Yeah, no, the purpose of ringing, you know, like if this bird's ever found in the future, we'll know where it was ringed, how long it's lived, and how far it's travelled. But the other reason for ringing as well is it's keeping track of the population status of the species. For a bird to be conserved, you need to know what its actual status is, you know, how many there is, and by ringing, you know, it's monitoring the breeding success of this species, which is what you need to do. You can't just like leave this bird and just let it get on and whatever, because this bird is very vulnerable to change. And although sometimes it might look like the barn owl's doing really well, all you need is a severe winter, and just the barn owl is constantly just up against it. You know, every year I'm coming across barn owl sites, and you know, they're very vulnerable and under threat. And a bird that lives so close to humans has to adapt to its ever-changing ways. So this bird has to be constantly monitored, and a good way of doing that is by ringing them. Obviously, you know, putting the boxes in place for them to breed. One thing that gives me so much pleasure is just knowing that these barn owls would not be here breeding in this tree without the aid of a nest box. You know, it's just a fantastic feeling to know that, you know, you've put a box up and the owls are here every year rearing young, and these young will go off and rear young of their own. You know, it's just an absolutely fantastic thing to do. So yeah, as we say, it's a female, so 82mm, so it's slightly older than its sister. Yeah, it's good to see females because we haven't come across many this year. The vast majority of them have been males. So it's good to know some girls are going to be out there. Yeah, roughly about 10 grams. This is 470 grams, so very close in. Yeah, that's that. Done. The box is alright for a clean out, it'll be alright for another year, so get them put back in the box and leave them in peace.
Little tiny black ducks.
Right, so that's it, back in the box. So that's it for another year. come back next year and hopefully they'll have a good year next year. Thanks for watching.